Good morning, dear students. I am Ms. Navida Sheikh from Brahan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika MCGM virtual class. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. In today's session, we'll be learning something new and interesting from a science textbook. So let's get started. Good morning, dear students. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. I am Ms. Navida Sheikh and I am from MCGM virtual class, and we will be learning today science from your 7th standard textbook, and the topic for today is plants, structure and functions part 2. In our previous class, we learned about seed germination. That means if you sow a seed into the soil, it has two parts which comes out from the seed. One which grows into the soil and one which comes out from the soil. Okay, the one which is inside the soil forms the root and the one which comes out forms the shoot. So this we have already learnt in our previous session. We'll just quickly revise. We have seen this, that how when you sow a seed into the soil, you will see that the roots are formed. And in the last period, we have learnt about the roots. Okay. So today is a very interesting part that we are going to learn, that is the shoot. You normally see trees and plants, you always see the upper portion, that is above the soil. Okay, so the part which grows from inside the seed towards the soil is called as the radicle, that we have learned, and the part that grows above the soil is called as the plumule. So we have learned this. Okay, so in today's class we will be concentrating on the portion that is above the soil, which is plumule. Okay, this plumule is the reason you can see the trees on the surface of the earth. Okay, you can actually see them. You cannot see the roots, but you can actually see the entire tree that is formed because of this tiny part. With the next part which forms the shoot. So here in this picture you can see the seed which is coming outside from the soil. That part which is coming outside the soil is the reason you can see leaves on the plant, you can see fruits, you can see flowers on them. Okay, so this is in science we call it the shoot of the plant. Okay, the lower region is the root and this is the shoot. So this plumule gives rise to the leaves, and this leaves then forms a plant, and this plant grows into a huge tree. Okay, so let's learn about all the parts which are above the soil. So we will start with the stem. The stem grows above the soil from the plumule of the sprouting seed. As the sprout grows, the length of stem gradually increases too. There are nodes on the stem. Leaves come out from the nodes, and the part of the stem between two nodes is called as internodes. Now, I would like you all to concentrate on this picture, okay, where you can see there are nodes and internodes. Now, nodes and internodes can be easily seen here. In this picture, you can see a sugarcane tree plant. Okay, so this ridges that you see, जो lines दिखाई देती है ना हम लोगों को गन्ने पे, those lines are called as the nodes. Okay, and the distance between the two nodes, the part that you see between the two nodes is called as the internode. ठीक है, जो दो rings दिखाई देती है ना उसके बीच का जो portion है उसे हम लोग कहते हैं internode. So here it is very clearly shown. You can see the stem of the plant and you can see small ridges. Ridges मतलब इसे थोड़ा सा उभरा हुआ part दिखाई देता है, ठीक है? So those are called as the nodes, and leaves arise from these nodes only. Okay? So nodes are very important. They give rise to the leaves of the plant. Okay? And this portion between two nodes is called as the internode. Alright. Now let us understand why the stem is very important. As we learned that roots are important in order to absorb nutrients from the soil and absorb water from the soil. Now where will this water go? Why are they absorbing nutrients and why are they absorbing water? The roots will send this to the tree, and the different parts of the plant, that is the leaves and this happens through the stem. Now the stem acts like a pipeline. Okay. Now how we send water from, if you have a tank at the top of the building or your house, you have pipes which is coming down into your house and then you have the taps, right? So that you can use it. Similar to that, the roots and the stem, they have pipelines, small veins. They are normally called as xylem and phloem, which carries food and water throughout the plant. Okay, so stem is actually very important because it holds leaves and it helps in spreading them out. As I told you that stem के nodes में से ही leaf arise होती है, ठीक है? And they hold bulbs, buds, they hold the flowers, fruits, and they act as a pipeline which carries water and food through xylem and phloem. Okay, so these are few basic functions of stem that we all need to understand, and understand that stem is essential part of the plant. Okay, because it has so many important functions. अगर stem नहीं होगा तो roots तो खाना किस तरीके से पहुंचेगा plants को, ठीक है? How will the leaves arise if there is no stem? Okay, so stem is very important part of the plant. Apart from that, we learned that plant need food and that food is prepared by the leaves. Okay, and how is it prepared? By the process of photosynthesis. Plants prepare their own food with the process called as photosynthesis. Okay, so the very important part of the leaf in order to prepare food is which is the leaves. Okay, so the next part of the plant that we are going to discuss is the leaf. Now, what is a leaf? Now, leaf is an organ of a vascular plant and the food making factories of green plants. Leaves come in many and various shapes and sizes. Here you can see I have just given you two examples of leaf, how different they are from each other, and you must have seen so many different types as well. Okay. Let us understand the structure of the leaf in detail. The tip of the leaf is called as the leaf apex. Okay, जो सबसे pointed portion होता है leaf का, that is called as the leaf apex. It may be tapering, it may be pointed, or it may be rounded, depending upon the plant. Okay, leaves of some plants have a stalk called a petiole. Now here you can see, जैसे कि अगर हम लोग के पास एक फ्लावर होता है, फ्लावर के अंदर एक स्टॉक होता है, ठीक है, जिसके हम लोग डंडी पकड़ते हैं ना, उसी तरीके से लीव्स में भी एक स्टॉक होता है, that is called as the petiole. Leaves of some plants do not have petiole. Depending upon the plant, some have petiole and some do not have petiole. The leaves are directly connected to the stem. Okay, the portion of the leaf attached to the stem is called the leaf blade. So which is attached here, you can see ये जो stem दिख रहा है petiole जिसे हम लोग कहते हैं, it is attached to the leaf. जो lower portion है उसे हम लोग कहते हैं leaf base. Okay, now small leaf like structures you can see in this picture which are coming from the stem, and where the petiole and the stem are attached, you can see small um, leaf like structures arising from the leaf base. These are called as stipules. Okay, so stipules, petiole, then we learned about leaf apex, and we learned about what is known as the blade or the lamina. Okay, so these are a few important parts that are mentioned and you need to know about them. Apart from that, you can also see lines on the leaf, right? Those lines are also important because we are going to learn about them also in detail. So you have to pay attention to the pattern of the lines also on the leaf. So here in this picture, you can see that there are leaves which have different shapes and sizes. One is a broader leaf, larger leaf in size, and the rose leaf is quite small as compared to the peepal leaf. So different leaves have common structure. Structure means parts उसके same ही रहेंगे, सिर्फ sizes और pattern में difference होगा. Here you can see that there is leaf blade. This stalk is called as the petiole, and from the petiole there is a line which is coming is called as the midrib, and from the midrib you have veins coming out. Okay, so apart from that, this portion that the leaf blade you can see is connected to the petiole. Okay, this petiole is very important part because it carries all the nutrients from the leaf to the plant, and from the plant water is carried to the leaves. Okay, so this is this region that you see, the center part, that is the midrib. Okay, and from the midrib you can see lateral veins coming out. Lateral venations दिखाई दे रही है, ये जो lines दिखाई दे रही बारीक बारीक, they provide shape and support to a leaf. Okay, so veins provide shape and support to the leaf, and apart from that they also supply water to the leaf. And there are small tiny openings on the leaf, that is stomata, which helps in the exchange of gases. That means when they need oxygen during respiration, they take that. When they need carbon dioxide, they intake that. When they want to release it, they release it. Okay. So there are different types of leaves according to their leaf plate. Means you have seen how the leaf blade is. Okay, different plants have different types of leaf blades. Some have many small leaves on them. Some are made up of only one single leaf. So the one which has one single leaf is called as a simple leaf, and the ones which have more than single blade are called as compound leaves. Have a look at what exactly is the description of simple and a compound leaf. So here is a very simple image of a simple leaf. You can see this stem, and from the node of the stem you can see a leaf coming out, and you can see the petiole over there. Now this petiole has only one single leaf blade in a simple leaf. Okay, whereas if you notice in the compound leaf, there are many leaves which are coming from the petiole. Okay, now these small leaves that you see are called as the leaflet, and this entire thing which has many leaflets together is called as a compound leaf. Okay, so the leaves of some plants have a single undivided leaf plate and has a single midrib. Such leaves are called as simple leaves. However, the leaf blade of leaves in some plant is divided in many small parts called as leaflet. Such leaves are called as compound leaves. And the simple leaf and compound leaf are the two main types of leaves. Now, based on the arrangement of the leaf on the stem, now we have learned that the stem has nodes and internodes, right? And from the nodes, you must have noticed the leaves arise, okay? And there are some plants which you must have noticed that at one node, only one leaf is there. In some plants, on one node, there are many leaves coming out. And on some plants, you have one node, you have two leaves coming from that. So this is called as the arrangement of the leaf on the stem. Okay, so it could be opposite, it could be whorled, it could be spiral, it could be alternate. Okay, depending from plant to plant. In different plants, the arrangement of leaf on the stem is different. It may be alternate, like here in the first picture you can see at one node only one leaf you can see, whereas in the spiral you see two leaves arranged at one node, and on the upper node you will see they are arranged in a spiral way. Okay, and in the after that you can see the opposite and whorled leaf arrangement. In opposite you can see that at one node you have two leaves coming, and that is opposite to each other. Okay, when we talk about whorled, we see that at one node you have many leaves arising and in a circular format. Okay, so according to the arrangement along the stem, alternate means springing one per node at different levels of the stem. Opposite means two per nodes facing opposite sides of the stem. Whorled means several leaves disposed at the same level around the stem, and rosulate means forming a rosette like a ring around the stem. Okay, so this is how the arrangement of the leaf helps us to understand the type of. Now after that, we can also identify the plant with the small fine lines that you see called as the veins. Okay, we learned about the veins in our previous few slides about how these tiny lines are there in the leaf. Okay, which helps in the supply of water and nutrients to the plant. So these veins are actually helpful for the support of the leaf, and they also help in transporting water, okay, for the process of photosynthesis. So depending upon the plant and plant to plant, these venations also vary. So we have learned about venations, right? So here in this leaf you can see the veins are interconnected to each other. It looks like a web, okay, like that in a spider web that you see. So these veins that are interconnected and they are all jumbled up together, this type of veins are called as reticulate venation. Okay. On the other hand, here you can see these leaves which are having veins which are parallel to each other, and we could say that from the midrib also they are parallel to each other. Okay, so such type of veins in the leaf are called as parallel venation. Now let us understand about reticulate venation and parallel venation little more about it. So what is parallel venation and what is reticulate venation? Reticulate venation means presence of interconnected veins which form a web-like network. जैसे हम लोग spider का web देखते हैं ना, उसी तरीके से interconnected web-like network is seen in a reticulate venation leaf. Whereas in a parallel venation leaf, you will see that the lines, the veins which are arising from the midrib are perpendicular primary vein. Okay, so the presence of parallelly running secondary veins to a central perpendicular primary vein. Now mostly these plants, reticulate venation, you will find it in the dicotyledon plant, and parallel venation is seen in the monocots. Okay, it occurs in examples are mango, hibiscus, ficus, etc. Whereas in where will you find parallel venation? You will find it in banana plant, bamboo, wheat, the normal grass that you see in the garden.
If you liked our video, please subscribe to our channel and do not forget to hit the like button.
Hope this session was quite useful to you. In the next coming period, we'll learn something new and interesting. Till then, thank you.